How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Devil May Crypto. I don't know if I should do it like that. Maybe I should say it just normally, like a regular person, and not creep people out right when they come to my page. It's okay. It's okay. I know all my subscribers get me. I know you people love me. Today, I just want to say I apologize because I haven't done a video in almost 2 weeks. I think it's been like 10 days or so, maybe longer. I've lost track of time as we've gone on. But for anybody that doesn't know, I've mentioned in other videos, I do have a full-time job. I work in medical sales, and I'm working like 6 days a week now, so I'm trying to just find time to do these videos in the midst of it. But all the time, I'm either on Reddit or I'm just on different news sites that revolve around crypto. So I'm still keeping on track with it, but I don't have a lot of time to make these videos, but I'm trying. I shoot usually on Sundays and Wednesdays, so I'm going to try to do at least 2 videos a week, so stick with me, okay? We're going to get through this, okay? And it's a little bit of a, we've been in a bear market constantly. I mean, we've been going pretty sideways. So Ethereum and Bitcoin and some of the large ones, even Neo has been sticking around like $35, between 35 and $30. Ethereum's been around 450, and Bitcoin sub 7K. It's been a tough little grind, but if you're like me, you're just accumulating right now. I insist that everybody dollar cost averages. I do. I'm not telling you what to do, of course. This isn't financial advice, but I am dollar cost averaging myself. I put in a few hundred every week. Like I said, because I work a lot, I do have a lot to play with. So that's just constantly what I'm doing right now. Neo being one of my favorite ones, but Waltonchain is another thing I'm just funneling my funds into. But we're going to be talking about that for a little bit. Towards the end of the video, I'm going to go over the Neblio drawing I did. I think that was 2 weeks ago for one of my videos, 2 videos ago. But for that one, if you subscribed, liked, and commented, you were in a prize drawing to win a few Neblio for me. So towards the end of this video, I'm going to call out that winner, and I will... once you see that, go ahead and message me your private key. No, sorry, not your. That's probably give me your private key. Give me give me your Neblio give me your Neblio wallet address, and I will send you some Neblio. Do not give anybody your private key. I'm sorry about that. Slip of words, I promise. So anyway, let's hop on to it. I'll talk about the price first. Everything is pretty trash now, but from there I'll talk a little bit about Waltonchain and where I think it's going to go from here. Another thing before I get started, I gotta do a few shout outs. I got a lot of followers. Even when I'm not posting, more people are subscribing to me. So just to name off a few of them, there was way too many recently, but Cryptosonic, Henry Lobachowski, sounds Polish, I think. Michael Prim, Kanalia, Sasha Yaksic, David Brown, Andre Ande, George Asaradian or Jorge, Frank Beck. And I got a few other people on here, but I'm going to butcher some of those names too. As I'm making my videos, I'll add more of you on that I've missed. But thank you guys so much for subscribing. And if you are watching this video right now and you're not subscribed and you're not liking these videos, damn you. Damn you. I'm just joking. No, you're cool. It's okay. Give it time. You'll see a few of my videos as you go along, as you're searching. Eventually, you're just getting used to me. You're going to get to the point where, you know what? We got to follow this Devil May Crypto guy. I like him. Everybody seems to be vibing him. So, on to the video. Thanks again, everybody, for subscribing. So right now, with this project, Waltonchain is $6.51. It's up a slight percentage up today. It'll go back down, like normal. We're in a terrible bear market since January. But market cap's at 261 million. So the circulating supply is around 40 right now. Max is 100 million. That's how, and that'll be slowly mined over the next few years. Waltonchain is mineable. It is a POW system, and I think that's the most battle tested of all. I mean, as we all know, Bitcoin is POW, and I just think I think it's proof of stake. I'm a huge fan of too, but the most time tested one, of course, is proof of work. And so, as you can see, around January, it hit top of around $40. We can see it around here somewhere. The one thing I think is cool, and when I do review these projects, I check other established YouTubers that are much better than I am. They've been doing it for a very long time. One of the biggest ones being DataDash. So right here at $6.51, when he was reviewing it, it was at $7.45. Okay. And that was October 8th of 2017. If you haven't seen this video, it is an awesome one. Also about Waltonchain. Anything he does is great. I've been following him for quite some time now, and he's one of the people that got me into doing my own videos. Holler at DataDash. Just an awesome channel. But so what I really want to say is that when something is like that and it's gone down over time. The market has been down since January, but I think Waltonchain is just, for me personally, I'm not gonna shill it too much, but it's a great buy for me, and I have been dollar cost averaging it just to slowly swap more and more. While I think it is very, very undervalued at this point, amongst a lot of other cryptocurrencies during this bear market are undervalued, but I specifically think Waltonchain is, especially when DataDash talked about it. It's like $1 less now. So I just wanted to put that out there. Who knows when the market will turn back around. We don't focus on that on this channel here. I just wanted to show you kind of where we've been since then. And but a lot of big names love Waltonchain. Me, not a big name, but I am among one of them. And I'm going to talk a little bit right now about what Waltonchain really is and how they separate themselves from other supply chain companies that projects in the cryptocurrency sphere. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. So here we are on the Waltonchain website. Very cool, spacey. I like what they've done to the place. But as we go down, it explains Walton, and they emphasize the value of the Internet of Things. So they explain that Walton, it stands for Wisdom, Alters, Label, Trade, Organization, and Network. That seems incredibly forced, just due to the fact that they named it after Walton himself. So they just made it into an acronym, and they just found random words to fit with those letters. So I think it's extremely corny, I guess, but whatever. Corniness does not devalue them or add value by any means whatsoever. But I just want to state that their website is very well built. You can see their white paper, and the cool thing about their white paper is you'll scroll down, you can see some of their RFID based solutions along with their white paper. They have industrial manufacturing practical projects. They have a clothing store RFID solution. So there's a lot of things to go through. I won't be doing that in this video. Mainly I just want to talk about the project. I don't want to dive too deep into it. I want to make this like a nutshell video. So to help me break down what Waltonchain is, instead of me just jumbling it around, I want to make this like really direct and to the point. I'll use Coin Central's What is Waltonchain Beginner Guide, and it was made by Steven Buchko. Steven, thank you so much for making this. You're going to make this video really easy for me. So what is Waltonchain itself? Waltonchain combines blockchain with IoT, specifically RFID technology, to create a management system for supply chains. The project is named after Charlie Walton, inventor of RFID technology and a pioneer in the space. Logistics systems are complex and commonly involve several different parties. As these systems grow, it becomes increasingly tough for businesses in the same vertical to coordinate with one another. On top of that, individual entities may have different processes that further hinder the ability to transfer data back and forth. So really, it's going to be a main hub for RFID and supply chain. Okay, so while it processes the data, it's going to be the master of every single step along the way. Waltonchain, with its biggest, I think at this point, rival is VeChain. In VeChain, the one thing I think it has more than Waltonchain is partnerships, but they'll slowly, Waltonchain it's a slow builder. VeChain, I think they've done more marketing, they're more hype. Waltonchain it's running itself more conservatively, and it's slowly building across the way, and that's what I kind of like about it. So falling back to the idea of the value of Internet of Things, What they talk about here is the Waltonchain introduces the concept of the VIOT to describe the combination of their proprietary RFID chips with blockchain technology. Using the RFID tags, blockchains will store physical items or the data representations of them on the chain. The RFID, which stands for radio frequency identification, tags use electromagnetic fields to identify objects. They're most commonly utilized in inventory tracking, library systems, and product kiosks like Redbox. You've already been using them. You already know what this is, people. Come on. With Waltonchain, a simple scan of the RFID tag provides you with all the information you need to know. What the product is, where it's been, who's handled it, and other important data. It's all stored in the blockchain through the tags. Applying VIOT to logistics has a lot of benefits. Improved security through blockchain technology, accurate tracking of a product back to its origin, anti-counterfeiting through RFID identification, decentralization without the need for trust, and reduced labor costs. So another thing about Waltonchain is its subchains. Waltonchain is the name for the actual large parent chain that all of them branch off of in the Waltonchain ecosystem. The chain tracks Walton coins, WTC transactions, it manages the subchains, and executes smart contracts, among other things. Anyone using Waltonchain technology can create their own subchain and have their own tokens. Additionally, they can elect to have a consensus algorithm that's different from the parent chain. Separating the network into the parent chain and the subchains that branch down has a few benefits. The first is that each business utilizing the technology can customize a blockchain to their specific business needs. They're not tied to the protocol or network activity of the parent chain. So you have Waltonchain and the parent one, and then let's say every single business branches off by itself. If you need something very specific to yours, you'll be able to adhere to that principle and that protocol that is different from Waltonchain in itself. So it is in terms very modular in that way. Also important, this separation helps with performance as the network scales because the majority of the data resides on the business's subchain. Their activity won't bog down the entire network. And I don't have to mention how Ethereum is dealing with CryptoKitties and the other games that's currently on it. Of course, they're working with Plasma and sharding, but Waltonchain being under that, I will say I like the idea that these subchains are going to help a lot of those the network clogging up within itself. CryptoKitties and Ethereum-based game. Oh, okay, well, I just talked about that, so I won't go too far into that. I have to say, I'm sorry earlier, I said it was proof of work. To me, it is kind of proof of work. I've always thought of it as proof of work, but technically they're a proof of stake and trust. It's more similar actually probably to the proof of credit system that Nulls has. And I mention Nulls a lot. Maybe in my videos, I just like to bring it out there and bring some exposure to Nulls, but that is a whole nother story. So anyway, not proof of work, it's proof of stake and trust, to be exact about it. But WTC is the primary currency in the Walton ecosystem. There's 100 million currently, like we talked about early, issued in the Genesis block, and no more will be created. Of those 100 million, there's currently a total supply of 70 million, and the remaining coins will be mined over the next few years. Coins have 6 primary functions: issuing subchains, dividend interest, credit and mortgage system, distributed asset exchange, distributed voting and governance system, and the decentralized exchange. Excuse me, of course there's some overlap between all of these, but in essence that's what it does. I think the Walton coin itself is a lot more than a lot of other coins in these systems, so I think it has more of a value within the system because of the way it's going to be used. So team-wise, Waltonchain is loaded with experience. Do Sung-hyuk, one of the co-founders, was previously the director of Korean Standard Products Association. The other co-founder, Zufang Chang, was supply chain management director of Septwolves Group Limited. The team is getting support from their chief scientist advisor Kim Suk-yu. I don't know. I like Suk-yu. It's probably Suku. I'm not really sure. Former vice president of Samsung. They do have a lot of partnerships. Some of them not that strong. And when I say not that strong, they're not like really deep in the trenches with them yet. Then there's some they've done a lot of work with. I believe one of the biggest ones is Kaltendon, and they do the RFID. Through their retail stores. I believe it's clothing. So going back to the competitors, the competition, VeChain, as I mentioned before, is their biggest one. I have mentioned a lot of their other competitors in my other videos. Why? Because I love supply chain technology, and I believe it's going to be one of the best use cases for blockchain, and crypto assets in general. But mainly what I would like to say is for VeChain, they're focusing on decentralized applications. They have NFC and QR codes, whereas Waltonchain is mostly focusing on their proprietary RFID technology. They're going to make their own, similar to high performance blockchain, using, they're marrying the software plus the hardware. So I think they kind of branch off from one another. They're a little bit different. So I don't think they are direct competitors, but they're doing different things. And what I like more about Waltonchain is they're delegating more of their subchains and their parent chain, kind of like we were talking about. And also VeChain's focusing on luxury goods and showing if they're the actual goods or not, like where it came from, stuff like that, when it was manufactured. And Waltonchain, on the other hand, is going to be focusing on clothing apparel. And going back to Clinton that I talked about earlier, but that's the similarities and differences are there, but they're still doing different things. All in all, I just want to say there's a few key points I want to finish this video with. Number one, it's that within the next, I think they said by 2020, supply chain will be an industry that's worth about $9 trillion. That's a lot of moolah. And if you don't think that Waltonchain is going to take a nice cut of that pie, you are probably very wrong. Can't say for sure, but probably very wrong. They are making their own hardware chips, or their own RFID technology, and they're already making the partnerships. They got a great team, and they're just slowly gunning it through. They've already have partnerships with the Chinese government, and they already have industry leaders that have left and came to work for them. They have different subsidiaries under the large idea of Waltonchain. So they have current businesses that are licensed, that are currently working for them. So their employee base is probably within the hundreds. Some have said up to about 500 employees working under Waltonchain. So those 500 people are going to do everything they can to make this system work. And it all relies on them. But having a lot of subsidiaries mean you are a pretty large company, and you have a lot vested in. You're probably worth a lot too. They've already launched the WTC garment system, which is a traceability system for high-end clothing, which I believe is a world first traceability system for clothing like that on top of the blockchain. They've also launched a food system, which is WTC Foods. They're going to have a lot of competition in that, to say the least, because I believe Ambrosis is doing that too. Shout out to Ambrosis. And I believe is it Wabi or the other one? I forget. But mainly, yeah, they're spreading out. They're branching. So even though I think they've focused more on clothing initially, they're spreading their seeds everywhere. The team constantly delivers. I gotta say, everything that they've set out and they've planned, they've hit in pretty decent time, especially when their mainnet launched. They were an ERC20 token built off Ethereum, and they're going off into their own world and their own system. So congratulations to you, Waltonchain. But overall, I just think it's just a great project. The team behind it, what they're doing, what they've planned on, the hardware, and their idea and how far they've gotten compared to all the other supply chains is very, very advanced, and they're very superior. Me personally, I will keep buying, and I'll slowly keep dollar cost averaging. Like I said, I think Waltonchain right now at this point, like I showed earlier, is extremely undervalued. So I will be gobbling some up. I'll be just kind of taking it as I can. But right now, what I'm going to do, since it's the end of the video, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting to my page. You guys are the best. I'm going to check back to my other video, and I'm going to pick out one person that commented and subscribed to my page, and they're going to get that Nebula reward. So stay tuned for that. So let's see who's going to be the big winner. Let's put in the URL. How many? There's 19 unique comments. Let's hit start. Who's it going to be? Oh gosh, who's it going to be? Oh, Alexei Saharovsky. New subscriber, great video. I'm staking Nebula on the Raspberry Pi. Well, glad you're staking, Alexi. You are the winner today. Send me your information so I can shoot you some free Neblio. Congratulations. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to everybody that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting on all my videos. The people that have reached out to me, thank you guys so much. I have a wonderful community behind me. Please keep it coming. If you get anything from my videos, even if you're just like, whatever, maybe it'll be something I check out from time to time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below, tell me how you feel, even if it's negative. All trolls are allowed here because I'm one myself at times. But once again, thank you guys so much. You're the best.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.